What's up, Bulldogs? All right, just finished my workout today. A really hard workout, doing some intervals, some nasty intervals at pretty much max speed, like nine intervals going up to pretty much max speed, and it was killer workout. And it just made me think about today, this idea of like, have you ever gone all out, right? Because today I went all out, right? And I've gone all out a lot of different times in my life, but it's something that I think a lot of people have never ever experienced in their life, right? And I don't just mean going all out physically, but certainly that, right? Just pushing yourself to the absolute limit, just going as fast as you can, going as hard as you can. If it's learning something, just diving into it as deeply as you can, right? And so I'm trying to think about how to communicate this concept, right? Because what does this actually mean? What this means is it means that like you don't hold anything back. You just push as hard as you can. Like you act like your life is on the line and you have to accomplish this goal. You have to give it your all or you're going to die, right? Like a tiger is chasing you. That's what I'm talking about, right? And the reason why I think this is so important is because the reason why most of us have not been as successful as we'd like to be in life is because we haven't done that. We've never gone all out. Because I want you to think about, if you just took one aspect of your life, just one area, and you just went completely all out in that area, I want you to think about what kind of results would you actually achieve, right? And I don't mean just one time, right? So I'm not saying, okay, like this workout I did today, I went all out. If I go all out in this run one time, what does that do for me? It doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, it's going to definitely produce an increase in fitness because of the amount of work that I'm putting into it, but it's not going to do a whole lot for me in general, right? But if I do this every time, right? If my whole training schedule is every time that I have a workout, I'm going all out in that workout. Now, again, like all out as far as that workout is concerned. Some days you're supposed to run easy days. You can't just run as fast as you can every single day. That wouldn't really work for you. But what I'm saying is that if I went all out in my training, what will happen, right? But it's not just the training, right? What if you went all out in your diet? What if you just said, I'm committing to this diet and I'm gonna do the best. I'm gonna count every fraction of a calorie and I'm going to completely nail this thing. What if you went all out in your work? What if you went all out in your business or your hobby or that project that you're trying to do, right? Because you have that project, right? What is it? A side app you're trying to build, or some little business that you're trying to do, or a book you're trying to write, or maybe it's a YouTube channel, whatever it is. If you went all out for just say like a 3-month period, and you just said, I am going to focus so hard on this thing. I'm going to put every hour that I have in the day towards this thing. I'm going to read every book that I can on this subject. I'm going to watch videos. I'm going to get training. I'm going to get coaching. I'm going to like devote every ounce of my being to this one thing. That's what it means to go all out. Okay. And so have you ever done that? Right. And the reason why I asked this question is because if you haven't done that, which again, most of us have not done that, then what you're doing is you're wasting a lot of time, right? So let's just take building muscle, right? A lot of guys I coach, they want to build muscle. And so they are like, okay, John, how can I build muscle? What do I need to do? I give them a diet, give them a fitness program, whatever. And, some guys get good results, but a lot of times they end up fucking around for years and years, right? So they might spend, how long have you been trying to lose weight, trying to get your 6-pack abs? How long have you been trying to build some muscle, right? Be honest with yourself. Has it been 5 years? Has it been 10 years, right? Has it been half of your life if you're older like me? And you never got there. Why? Because you spent all that time fucking around instead of spending a good 6 months or 1 year not fucking around, just going all out on that thing, right? Again, same thing with your business, with your career, right? How much time have you actually put into developing your skills and becoming better and going all out on that thing, right? Instead, what happens is you grind and grind and grind, and maybe you make some slow progress over time, but you never quite get to the level that you want to get to, right? And that's because you haven't gone all out, right? And so it's just something that, I've talked about this before in a lot of different ways. I've talked about going to the gym and being afraid to do the walking lunges because that's kind of an all-out thing. You have to, when I was carrying 120-pound dumbbells and doing walking lunges, it's pain. It's like you've got to go all out in order to accomplish that. And we're afraid of that, right? Even with running, right? Have you ever ran as fast as you can, right? For as long as you can until you just can't run anymore, until you just basically drop? Probably not. And why? Because you know how extremely painful that would be. And there's also the seed of doubt in you. What if you can't make it? What if you don't actually succeed? And I think that's what holds us back from going all out a lot of times is we're like, it's almost that fear of failure, right? And so it's like, if you do something and you fail at it, but you haven't gone all out, you didn't put every ounce of your being into it, then you're not really a failure, are you? Because you didn't really, really try, right? But if you really, really tried, if you gave it everything you had, if you put every ounce of your being into something, and then you still came up short, what would that say about you, right? Then you would really feel like a failure. And that's what holds you back from doing it. And so you've got to cast that off. You got to realize that by virtue of going all out, but by just the fact that you put in that level of effort, you will see so much of a greater success in life than most people will ever experience. But most people won't do that. Most people are never going to experience what that is like in any area of their life. And that's a shame. It's a shame to die mediocre, having never actually put your heart and soul into a thing. And so that's something that I'm striving to do in my life now, is everything I do to do it with excellence. Everything I do to put my all 100% into it. Because, you think about it, this life that you're given, it's your one life. It's it, There's not a do-over, I mean, as far as we know, right? Like, it's like, at least this life. And so what a shame it is to waste it, to waste any moment of it. Like, why would you do anything if you're not going to do it to the max, if you're not going to put your everything into it? Why do something in a lackluster way? Why do something in a way that is not actually, putting your heart and soul into it? Because isn't that just a waste of life?